Thank you.
Well, I know, if the city council will address me, I will address your issue what you about.
Are you a citizen in Kingsland?
I am a taxpayer. Listen,
Are you a taxpayer?
yes, I am.
Please answer me.
Okay, here you are.
No.
I bought the city of Kingsland.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Relax.
I bought y'all some bag of potato chips.
No.
I bought two.
No.
I bought y'all a bag of potato chips. Listen,
Please,
listen,
I'm
your
asking
charter,
you
your
to
charter
please
says,
leave the podium.
But listen, okay,
If
I'll
you
leave.
are not a citizen,
But your
a
charter, listen,
resident, a
council, your
taxpayer,
charter says
I'm asking
taxpayers
you,
are
please
residents.
leave, please leave, okay?
I'll see you in court, dog.
Thank you.
By the way, your mayor is behind with his debt, and I'm about to file a warrant for his arrest tomorrow.
Go ahead.
See you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll see you in court.
Anyone else?
Yes.
If you are a citizen in the city and a taxpayer, you may speak
You got it wrong.
in the city limits. In the city limits, you're a citizen. I need to clarify that, okay? You live within the city limits of the taxpayer.
I'm in the county, not in the city.
I understand, sir. If you please work with us, this is what we have to work with.
Okay.
I understand, okay?
So, I can't speak, right?
No.
Right, thank you.
Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
And
Do
I
you
pay-
reside here now?
No, I don't. I can
Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
That's
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 Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
And
Do
I
you
pay-
reside here now?
No, I don't. I can
Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
And
Do
I
you
pay-
reside here now?
No, I don't. My name is Pastor Cal, and I came to Love
Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
And
Do
I
you
pay-
reside here now?
No, I don't. I came to visit Lovetown.
Can I get your name? I'm sorry.
Raquel Ordonez. Raquel Ordonez. Ordonez.
I'm just trying to get the local community here, those individuals in the community that would like to make statements about what took place since you here.
My name is Pastor Raquel, and I came to Lovetown.
Where's your residence?
In California.
In California.
And
Do
I
you
pay-
reside here now?
No, I don't. I came to visit Lovetown.
Can I get your name? I'm sorry.
Raquel Ordonez. Raquel Ordonez. Ordonez. And I came to visit Lovetown, USA. And it was really disturbing to see the outcome of what's happened here. Because I see this all places, but I've never seen it in Kingsland. And there's a saying that says, if you're one is gonna ignore what is going on around them, they're just as guilty as the evil that's going on around them. And I think it's time for you to step down. God bless you.
Thank you all for your concern, and as I said a few minutes ago, the case is being handled. Nothing is swept under the rug. I believe that, if we work together, and any of y'all have more information to family than what we have as to what happened. The DA has been gracious to be with the family, not the city council. And they have tried to keep we were finished with this. We have tried to, tried to stay in contact, and they are contacting you all about what took place. I think this is, we're done. I think this is the right thing, this is the right thing to do by, them taking over with this. No one can say this is swept up under the rug. So I do thank the district attorney and the G.B.R. office for handling this situation. I hope that we at some point in time, can return to a peaceful community, and we will do whatever we can to try and overcome any mistakes that's been made. All of them, we're not perfect, and we make mistakes. If I made mistakes, it's like that, I will apologize. But I've only tried to follow the letter of the law that I was told to follow. So to come in to say that, we ignored you all, and that business as usual, business is not as usual. Because we have a lot that's waiting on us right now in this community because of the incident. We have to try to get through. We can't go out there. We have to wait until someone tells us, until the grand jury believes they're the ones that's down at the city of Kingsland.
Mayor, can we ask at least a question? Who asked you not to make remarks?
I just told you, young man, who are you?
I'm James W. I'm visiting pastor.
You from where?
And I'm right up the road in Kingsland, Love City as well.
Okay, well, right now, all I wanna do is try to talk to the family.
But pastor asked me if I could speak word, I'm asking you.
If you don't mind, I want the family spokesperson for the family.
Well, I have with the
If
family.
they're in the family, I'm not gonna argue with you, if they're in the family members. But if you're not,
The family that would like to make a remark.
if you're not from here, and if you're not a part of this community, this family, I'd like to, let's don't make any comments, okay? We're trying to get through this.
But I just asked,
Trying to get
can you answer
through
that
this.
one question if I don't have a remark? Who is it that told you not to make remarks?
We are trying to get through this, and I've already explained that, I'm not gonna explain it. Okay? I've already explained, we all told the same information on this. So, I'm not gonna go
You're
through
not gonna
that
tell us
again.
who advised you?
I'm not gonna go through this again, I don't have any answers for you, young man.
What about your
I
family?
have talked to the family, talked to the pastor tonight, I just got to talk to him all right.
We thank you for your life cooperation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Ann Weston, and please excuse me, I'm dressed, I'm studying after everything, but I am a native of Woodbine. I have traveled. I am a volunteer ambassador for the United States of America, the People International, and I would like to say, and I'm using the word that the people are using today. It is what it is. The man is gone. We have another young man waiting to see what's going to happen to him. The question I want to know is, what are you leaders in Cameron County going to do about this? When did you plan to go to the drawing board? The judicial system in Cameron County needs to be revamped. It needs to be revamped. Now, I had a problem with a police officer in Kingsland, and it's not color, because this was a black police officer. And I went around the bush, I took polygraph tests and everything else. The judge found me guilty. And I went to an attorney in Alma, Georgia, and he said, Ms. Weston, if you had come to me before you went to probate court, to traffic court, you would have been cleared of this. But now it's too late. The only thing you can do is file a claim against the police officer and let the city community take care of it. And that's exactly what I did. The police officer moved from Camden back to Georgia. So he's still on post. I request a meeting with the mayor. I never got it. But believe you me, I spoke to here and I spoke to the chief of police in Kingsland, and they responded back to me. And to this day, it has damaged me because my insurance went from $99 to $213 for one vehicle. So you see what is happening? People are angry about what is going on in this county. And there's more that I can tell you about the judges and the money that I have lost trying to regain my rights. Now, when do you go to the drawing board? If you want me to write an agenda for you, I'm qualified to do it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marion Benfield, and I am a member of the family. Tony was my cousin, and I have something that I would like to ask the board here. What happened was really horrible. I can't even begin to say how I feel or how I'm dealing with it. What I want to ask you all is, what is being taken in place at this moment to prevent this from happening? What education are you giving to your police officers about minorities and people of color in this community? Not only of people of color, but all people, how to deal with people. What is being done so that this cannot happen again? Because we're all talking about, what happened, but I want to know, what are y'all doing to prevent this from happening? Because at work, when I do something wrong, if I get into a car accident, guess where I'm going? I'm going back to training. I'm going back to truck training to get it right. So what is going on here? What is going on with the sheriff's department that, you all are educating or giving some type of training to these police officers who may be scared, who may, who just don't understand us?
Chief, would you like to respond to that? Chief, would you like to respond to that? Did you hear the,
Question.
yeah.
Mr. Benefield, police officers receive various types of training throughout the year, including cultural awareness. And that's all I can say right now.
Because I get followed all the time. I'm a federal employee. I don't have any record. I get followed all the time just because I got dreadlocks in my hair. That's just real. I'm just being real. And also, why was the police officer hired after St. Mary's Department failed to hire him is a question that a lot of the people in the community, as well as myself and family members, other family members, want to know. How did he slip through the cracks? How did he slip through the cracks?
That's all hearsay, ma'am. If you all know anything that we don't know,
Well,
what has been put out, nobody has factual information.
Well, what I'm making that statement on, I'm basing that statement off the records that was released to the public. I'm basing my statement off of this guy beating up on his wife, dealing and selling drugs. If I would have gotten a speeding ticket, I couldn't be driving my LLV delivering mail. So how is it that this guy was able to have all of these infractions on his background and to protect and serve us? Because that's not what happened.
And again, I can't speak to that. Because it is an ongoing investigation, I can't speak to that. I mean, you can ask the,
Well, Chief, can you answer that question for me? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
A Georgia police officer was in jail on Thursday, charged with voluntary manslaughter and violating his oath of office, after state investigators said he fatally shot a black man who was running away from him last week. Kingsland police officer G.B.R. Presley surrendered Wednesday to the Camden County Sheriff's Office after the Georgia Bureau of Investigation obtained warrants for his arrest. A G.B.R. statement says Presley, who is white, was following a vehicle that stopped at an intersection on June 21 when the driver and passenger ran. Presley pursued the driver, later identified as father of two Anthony Marcel Green. G.B.R. Presley, 25, left, has been charged with voluntary manslaughter and violating his oath of office after the cop shot and killed Anthony Green, 33, right. Last week Presley, 25, caught up with Green, 33, making physical contact, but Green again fled, at which time Presley fired multiple shots resulting in the death of Green, the statement says. Green's family attorney, Reginald Green, released a statement saying the family is seeking justice. Tony Green was gunned down in cold blood by Officer Presley. We are encouraged by his swift arrest, but we intend to remain vigilant until he is brought to justice and the family is able to get answers as to why this happened in the first place. The senseless killings of black men by police must stop, the statement said. Local media reported that Kingsland Police Chief Daryl G. Griffiths recommended terminating Presley, and Kingsland City Manager Lise Bell agreed. Presley, who had been with the Kingsland, Georgia police for 13 months, has since been fired. The crime scene is pictured above on June 21. Records show that this isn't the first time Green, a fast food restaurant manager, had a run-in with the officer. On March 12, a woman called police in Presley, and another officer responded to the scene. The caller said Green and another woman were trespassing, but no arrest was made. Green's friend Dan Norris told NEWS4 Jack said the other officer that was with Presley the night of Green's death had hassled him before. He said the other officer, who has not been named, had pulled him over for minor traffic things before for no reason. Related articles. Previous one. Next Pennsylvania police officer who killed Antwin Rose is teenage girl shot dead in Las Vegas, was caught in gang. Exclusive. I had my own personal terrorist, ex-wife of shackled and shamed, 6 of the 8 Dominican Street gang. Share this article. Share. The department also released Presley's personnel file, which shows he was hired last year despite there being 10 red flags on his application. In his application, Presley allegedly admitted to physically fighting with his wife, buying her selling marijuana, shouting at people, being involved in 2-3 accidents, and being arrested for reckless, eluding, speeding. Presley also racked up 9 incidents in his year in the police department, at one point parking outside the house of a black man who had complained to the chief, prompting the man to say that Presley had him fearing for his life. In response to these incidents, Presley was told he needed to improve procedures and protocols. Local media report that Green's record includes a traffic ticket in March for a suspended license and a 2016 misdemeanor arrest. He had 8 interactions with police on file, which could be for calling the police, traffic stops, or an officer initiating an interaction. Presley is being held in the Greene County Jail rather than the Camden County Jail, where he worked as a guard before joining the police force. Georgia officers' disturbing pattern of behavior before shooting black man Zechariah Presley, 25, was charged with voluntary manslaughter and violating his oath of office on Wednesday in connection to the shooting death of black man Anthony Green, 33. Presley had been an officer with the Kingsland, Georgia police for 13 months when he killed Green. After Green's death, local outlet NEWS4Jax obtained Presley's personnel file, showing he was hired with the department despite admitting to 10 red flags on his application, including domestic violence. And in his first year on the job, Presley was involved in 9 incidents that were recorded on his file, many of the incidents involving violence towards black men. Below are some of those incidents. Per NEWS4Jax, investigation found Presley drove 100 miles per hour in his own car while off duty to try and catch a driver who was driving recklessly. The driver got away, and Presley was suspended for 1 day without pay for his actions. A black man wrote a letter to the police department complaining about a traffic stop involving Presley in which he said he was left fearing for his life. The man said that Presley and another officer would intimidate him by parking outside of his house. Internal Affairs found the claim to be unfounded. A black woman felt that Presley racially profiled her during a traffic stop in which he gave her a verbal warning. The woman was invited to talk to his supervisor, but never showed up for the meeting. Hospital staff complained when Presley dropped a suicidal woman off, but didn't check her bag, which had a handgun in it. Presley tasered a drunk and disorderly black man who threatened to throw bullets at officers. Presley tasered a white man who was acting suspiciously and refused to show him the contents of a bag which had drug paraphernalia in it. Presley tackled an armed drug suspect to the ground, who was with Presley tasered a white man who showed up for an appointment with the Camden County School Superintendent and refused to leave. In a positive incident, a black citizen wrote a letter to the department in December 2017, commending Presley's professionalism.
advisory committee that does the
That
hiring?
is the advisory board, just the
Review board for accidents, use of force,
The hiring. For the hiring chief.
Okay, that's nice, it's my mistake, it's not the hiring board. Okay, but there is a board that he has set up, so it's not hiring.
Are we free to share those names?
yes.
Okay, can we make sure that he gets a list of them?
That's a good question.
Okay, at this time, there is no business to conduct with the city at this time.
Hey, ho, ho, the mail's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the mail's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the chief got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Shut him down. 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 Shut it down. Shut him down. No peace. No justice. 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 No justice. No peace. No justice. Shut him down. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. The mayor gotta go. Gotta go. He ain't for the people, he for him. Stand up. If you ain't got no person for the people, you ain't for the people. That's right. You gotta go. You have to stand up. Because next is going to be your baby, then you're going to be calling us. You don't stand up, you'll fall for anything. You're going to be calling us. Shut him down.
That's what we about to do. Let's not shut it down. Shut it down already. We got enough.
I told that man straight up. Hey, who over the mail around here? Ain't nobody over the mail. We people, we over the mail. We put him in there, we'll get him up out of there.
Mr. Muhammad, what do you think of the meeting today? How do you think it go, man?
Bullshit. That's my only answer. Ain't nothing to say, bro. Some presence for this time. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing. Too much talking. Excuse my language. That's Brother James, not the new Black Panther Party. Bullshit. No justice, no peace. There's going to be some more killing in this community. People, whoever told him to be quiet.
Why do you take this so heavily, brother? It seems like you really take it hard. Why do you take it so hard?
I feel like that could have been me on that ground. You know, it was intended for me. Gonna be some more killing. But if they don't stop it now, it's gonna be some more killing. Because they still got some officers, some vultures in the seat right now. You understand what I'm saying? That man ain't for the people. That man for himself and his family. Because if it was for the people, he would have spoke for the people. He's not for us. He gave the family that weak apology. Those that gave the family that weak apology. You ain't stop for me. I flagged him down. Yeah, you ain't stop for me. I told the family, I told the man to kiss my that little weak apology. That was that wasn't even an apology. No justice, no peace. 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 No shut it down. No peace. No justice, 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 no peace. We need the mayor out of there. He ain't for the people. He is not for the people, he is for his family and himself. He is not for the people. If you for the people, you'll speak for the people.
Shut it down. no peace.
No justice,
No peace.
No justice, no peace. No justice,
Yay! Woo!
Be here every day. That's what you got to do to him. That man is not for the people. He is not for the people. He is for himself and his family. He is not for the people. We need him out there.
No justice, no peace, Brother Ryan. All I can say is this. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the mayor's got to go.
He got
The
to
mayor's
go.
got to go.
He is not for the people.
There'll be no peace in this town until they change their policy.
The chief of police
These
got
brothers
to
here,
go, and the whole
these brothers
council
here
board.
are
The whole
sacrificing.
city council board got
They
to go.
said, shut it down.
All of them right there.
Shut it
Shut it down.
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 No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace.
Oh, yeah.
No peace.
Them TV stations ain't here. Oh, no, I know.
That man is not for the people. Where you come
I'm
at?
sorry.
That man is not for the people. He's for the white people. Because he ain't even talking to the black people.
Why y'all think the news TV stations not here today? They knew this would be a hot profile. Why aren't the TV stations here?
They ain't come. You know why they
Why
ain't
are
come.
they not here? Have anybody questioned that?
They probably been called.
There's freedom of the press.
You here. Get on press.
Your children are in the armed forces protecting this country. Where is the freedom of the press?
Not manslaughter. It's murder.
Not manslaughter.
It's murder.
It's murder.
It's murder.
Not manslaughter. It's murder.
Not manslaughter.
It's murder.
Not manslaughter. It's murder. Not manslaughter.
It's murder.
Not manslaughter.
Murder. No justice, no peace. He ain't got no answer. We got to get him out of there. If the man ain't got no answers, he got to go. He got to go. He holding up good time.
Can anybody tell me, can you tell me why the TV stations are not here? They know, if I came from Valdosta, they had to know this would be a high-profile meeting tonight. Why aren't they here? Can anybody tell me that?
Because they don't want the truth to be told.
That's right.
That's why we need more press that is edit-proof, that doesn't edit anything and tells the truth of the people.
No peace. No justice, no peace. Yeah, this is what's happening right now. No peace. Shut it down. No peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. That's the hey. Justice for what? This is what's going on. Main Street of Kingsland. No justice, no peace. Exactly. You should have said that. You should have said that. Shut it down. 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 The man's gotta go. The man's gotta go. The man's gotta go.
There's no more murder. They'll kill themselves.
This city, they scared. Even though the chief was in there, he was so quiet.
No justice. I got to feel better with us. Stand up for 1,000 people.
This is what's happening. No justice, no peace. Shut it down. Shut it down. Yeah, we in Kingsland, Georgia. And this is what's happening on the main street of Kingsland. They don't want us to right respond, and we gonna shut it down. Shut it down. Justice for punch. Shut it down. No justice, no peace. Yeah.
I challenge my community with 1,000 black men right here.
Who asked that question?
The mayor asked her.
Well, yeah.
He asked her. She said she was from California. Yeah, where she come from? Why she concerned? As soon as they see an out-of-town tag coming in Camden County, they think they bringing in drugs, which they are not. They going on vacation. People go wherever they want to go.
And they come here to spend money.
And they come here to spend money in our little town, but they thinking we coming in bringing in drugs. No peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. They scared to come out. And then you know what else he said? You know what somebody said? The police stopped his son, G.B.R. And G.B.R. went to his daddy and told him to let him go. See what I'm saying? He's not for us.
Right.
He's for the white people.
Okay.
Wow, I ain't going there. But anyway, we're going to do some more things on Friday. 1:30 we'll be down here. Veterans Park. Right outside at 2 o'clock, we're going to shut it down, this ministry. We need to shut it down here. Call the actions, all my friends. All of us that feel like justice needs to be done. It needs to be done. But punch. Justice for punch. Justice for punch. No justice, no peace. Look, he should have been with the KKK. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. And it took him Sunday the guts enough to stand up in church. 20-some days later. 20-some days later. Exactly. They want to apologize and stood up in the church. No more than the man. He should have said something when it first happened. I just say because they could have been mine. Exactly.
Oh, you want this one?
No free kills. You don't get no free kills around here. No justice, no peace. We ain't gonna sleep till this mayor step down and this chief of police step down. We ain't gonna sleep. We ain't gonna let him rest neither. No justice, no peace.
We going live. We going live. Get ready. We going live. In Cincinnati, that's been going on.
We need that mayor
We going live.
to go downstairs. We need him to step down, or we gonna shut him down. The voice of the people. This is what the people say. We need him gone. We need that chief of police gone. He is not for the people, and the chief definitely ain't. Because he target us.
We going live.
He ain't gonna come out. He in the first set.
Yeah. You speak on cop. At least on purpose.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no justice, no justice, no justice, no justice, no justice. That's what the town built on. But we gonna get that up out of here. We gonna get that up out of here. No justice! No justice! No justice! It ain't gonna be no peace here till he step down. If you think this hot, wait till tomorrow. If you think this something, wait till tomorrow. I challenge 1,000 black men to be right here in this same spot tomorrow. I challenge my community to bring every black man out and protest against this injustice that's going on. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! He gonna take the back door. You better buy some more land.
Going live.
You tired of that mayor and his bullshit excuse? You tired of that mayor? Excuse my French and his bullshit excuse? You tired of that super police with no ass? You tired of everything that's going on?
And to stop this mayor and the police chief. They gotta go. They unleashed this man, this road cop. They knew what he was before they let him out on the street. They knew exactly what he was, and they knew what was gonna happen. And we gotta stop it. Enough is enough. No more lies. Black, white, blue, brown, I don't care. No more lies. No more lies. This was not called for. This man had flags before they hired him. They didn't hire him in St. Mary's. But Kingsland hired him, set him loose out here. Young guys was reporting him stalking him.
For no reason. We need to come out more. We need got more marches coming up Friday.
Yep. At 1 minute.
In the Veterans Park. At 1:30. At 2 o'clock, we will shut it down. We'll shut down the stuff. It's enough for themselves. Enough is enough. They won't even give us no respect, no kind of nothing.
Come on and stand with us. Stand with us. Stand with us.
I couldn't send it. It was too much. See, this is jumping out of the phone 5 months.
What time? What time? What time? What time?
All day. I challenge 1,000 black men to be here. Work out. Work out. By 4 o'clock. I challenge 1,000 black men to be right here, black and white. This ain't nothing about no black and white. This is a communist thing. Shut him down. Shut him down. Shut him down. Shut him down.
This got to be reported.
They knew he was before they hired him.
They knew what it was. He was to terrorize our black neighborhood. That they knew he was going to tear. That's why they hired him. That's why.
All right.
You told us we could. I thought we were the one that put him in the seat. So you can't talk to us? We put him in the seat. Well, he can't talk to us. He can't talk to the community. The chief of police ain't got much word. He can't talk to the community. Because it took 45 minutes for the G.B.R. agents to get out. They were supervising themselves. They were overseeing their own job, which that they can't do. That they can't do. If the federal government and the G.B.R. can't take care of that business, they're supposed to
What time? What time tomorrow?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
We gonna challenge this
4
community.
o'clock.
What you mean by they supervise themselves? You mean the GBR didn't come after it happened?
45 minutes later, they moved the body, they moved a crime scene, they moved everything. You understand? When I got to the scene, they had no sirens on, so it was a cover up from the get-go. It was a cover up from the get-go. I was 2 blocks away, ain't heard now siren that night. So they can call it what they want to call it, but I know injustice when I see it.
Somebody said there was no tape down the way the other end of the street.
It was in the trash can at the bank the next morning. It was in the trash can at the bank the next morning where they put the yellow tape at. It's a big injustice going on down here. A big injustice. They don't want us up here 8 o'clock in the morning, 1,000 deep. They don't want them problems. They don't want them problems. They better respect our wishes and step down.
In 92 and 93. Right here.
So it's been going on a long time.
Since the Catholic Festival.
Long time.
Police choked my brother. I had to fight for my brother's life.
It's been interracial.
I beat that charge
since 1992 to
2006.
2006. They've been doing crack stings, drug stings, and targeted a number of black men. If they got one white man in them stings, I'll be a bitch right now. I'll be a bitch.
How long you say it's been going on?
From 1992 to 2006, they pick up in drug stings. Not one white man was picked up because they targeted all blacks. Now, if they want me to tell it, I'm going to tell it all. Proctor dirty, the chief of police dirty, Master Ronnie a crook, all of them dirty. If you want me to tell it, I'll tell the world that all of them dirty. Every last one of them in that building. Dirty. Chief Galloway, all of them dirty. Every last one of them. If you wanted to be told, when do the sheriff, the deputy sheriff come and ask me to call my daddy and stop a lawsuit? If you is the sheriff, now that means you wasn't a good person then, you ain't a good person now. You ain't a good person now. Now, what I don't understand is, they so hush-mouth about what? If it ain't been no injustice going on, why you so quiet? Why you got to wait on somebody to tell you to speak? You the mayor, you speak when you want to speak. And right now, this ain't a time for him to speak, because we don't want to hear his mouth, because lies coming out. We tired of that mayor. We want him gone. We want him gone. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
Thank you, brother boss.
They just spent $5 million.
Boots on the
they
ground.
just spent $500,000 on a drainage system when our blood going down the drain. We tired of this. We tired of this city. We tired of these Ku Klux Klan in these suits. We tired of them. Now, if they don't do something, we gonna do something.
Black power.
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 Shut it down.
Shut them down.
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 Shut it down.
Fuck man got a hush mouth in there. I was advised. By who? Who the mayor? Who advised you?
You done murdered Tony Green and you say you can't talk.
Shut the man down. If that was his son got shot down, it would have been a different story. Okay. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut him down. We need that man to step down.
Step down.
Step down.
Step down.
Step down. If he can't talk, we don't need him in there. If he can't speak, we don't need him in that seat. We need somebody that can talk. We need somebody that can talk. If he can't talk, we need somebody that can speak.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The mayor and the chief got to go. Hey, hey!
Ho, ho! Mayor and the chief gotta go. Hey.
Ho, ho, ho! The mayor and the chief got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The mayor and the chief got to go.
They ain't coming out. I bet they ain't coming out that bag. They ain't coming out that. She ain't coming out. They going out the bag.
No justice, no peace.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Eight bullets equal murder. 8 bullets equal murder. 8 bullets equal murder.
Romans 8:7 says, because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. To God be the glory. Lord, I'm asking you to fill this place. My life is like an empty space. Trying hard to be like you. Lord, I need your guidance.